Hello everyone, welcome back to USA Vintage Coins. Today we have an exciting coin comparison that many collectors overlook, but the story behind these two coins is absolutely fascinating. On one side, we have the legendary 1964 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that represents the end of an era in American coinage. And on the other side, we have the 1993 Jefferson Nickel, a coin from a completely different generation of American history. At first glance, these two nickels may look nearly identical. Both feature Thomas Jefferson. Both carry the famous words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." But hidden behind these simple designs are decades of history, economic changes, collecting stories, and surprising facts that most people never hear about. Could one of these nickels be more collectible than the other? Why was 1964 such an important year in U.S. coin history, and what makes some 1993 nickels worth much more than face value? Stay with me until the end because we'll uncover everything about these two fascinating American coins. Let's begin. Both coins feature America's third president, Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson has appeared on the nickel since 1938, making him one of the longest-running figures on U.S. coinage. Looking at the portraits, you may notice that the design style is very similar. Jefferson faces left. Around the portrait we find "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date of the coin. The coin on the left carries the year 1964. The coin on the right carries the year 1993, although almost 30 years separate these two nickels. The basic design remained unchanged. This consistency is one reason collectors love Jefferson Nickels. You can build a collection spanning decades while following the same classic design. But these coins were produced during completely different periods of American history. The 1964 nickel was minted during the Cold War era. The 1993 nickel was minted after the Cold War had ended. One coin belongs to the America of President Lyndon Johnson. The other belongs to the America of President Bill Clinton. That alone makes this comparison fascinating. Now let's focus on the older coin, the 1964 Jefferson Nickel. To understand this coin, we need to travel back to the early 1960s. America was experiencing tremendous change. The nation was dealing with civil rights movements, the space race, and rapid economic growth. Coin collecting was exploding in popularity. People were pulling silver coins out of circulation and saving them. The U.S. Mint was struggling to keep up with demand. As a result, the year 1964 became one of the most important years in modern U.S. coin history. The Mint produced an enormous number of nickels. More than 1 billion were struck. That was a staggering number at the time. Even today, many collectors can easily find a 1964 nickel because so many were made. Yet that does not mean every 1964 nickel is common. Condition matters. A heavily worn example might only be worth face value, but a beautifully preserved example with strong details and original luster can be much more desirable. Some high-grade specimens sell for impressive amounts. Collectors especially look for coins with sharp strikes and minimal marks. The back of the 1964 nickel features Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's famous Virginia home. Monticello is one of America's most recognizable historic landmarks. Jefferson personally helped design the estate. He spent years perfecting its architecture. The reverse side includes EPLURIBUS UNUM Monticello, 5 cents. United States of America. The design is elegant and balanced. For decades, Americans carried this miniature image of a historic presidential home in their pockets every day. Many people spent these coins without ever realizing the historical significance behind the building shown on the reverse. Here's something fascinating. The 1964 nickel was struck during a nationwide coin shortage. Americans were saving coins faster than the mint could produce them. People feared silver coins would disappear. As a result, many nickels were also hoarded. Another interesting fact is that the mint continued striking some 1964 dated coins into 1965. The government wanted to increase coin supplies and discourage collectors from hoarding newly dated coins. This unusual situation makes the 1964 coin especially memorable in mint history. Collectors often see 1964 as the final chapter of one era and the beginning of another. Now let's move to the younger coin. The 1993 Jefferson Nickel. America in 1993 was a very different place. The internet age was beginning. Technology was rapidly advancing. The Cold War had ended. New opportunities and challenges were emerging. Yet despite all these changes, the Jefferson Nickel remained a familiar part of daily life. Millions of Americans carried these coins in their pockets every day. The design had become an American tradition. The 1993 nickel represents a bridge between the old and modern worlds. It was produced during a period when cash transactions still dominated daily commerce. Credit cards existed, but digital payments were nowhere near as common as today. Because of this, nickels circulated heavily. Many 1993 nickels show significant wear from years of use. Finding pristine examples can be surprisingly challenging. The reverse design of the 1993 nickel remained the classic Monticello design. This continuity reflected the enduring popularity of Jefferson's nickel. For decades, Americans recognized the coin instantly. The reverse still carried. EPLURIBUS, UNUMMONTICLLOFIVE, CENTSUNITD States of America, the design connected generations. A grandparent who used a 1964 nickel could instantly recognize a 1993 nickel. That is one of the beautiful things about American coinage. It creates a visual link across time. Now let's compare collector interest. The 1964 nickel usually attracts more attention because of its historical significance. Collectors appreciate its connection to the coin's shortage era. Many collectors specifically seek high-grade 1964 examples. The 1993 nickel, meanwhile, is often overlooked. However, don't underestimate it. Exceptional uncirculated examples can still be desirable. Coins with unusual errors or outstanding condition often command premiums. This teaches an important lesson. Age alone does not determine value. Condition, rarity, and demand all matter. Since both coins feature Jefferson, let's spend a moment talking about him. Thomas Jefferson was one of America's founding fathers. He was the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. He served as the third president of the United States. He was also an inventor, architect, diplomat, and philosopher. Jefferson believed education was essential for democracy. His influence continues to shape American society today. Every Jefferson nickel serves as a tiny reminder of that legacy. Millions of people handle these coins without realizing they are carrying a piece of American history. If I had to choose between these two coins as a collector, the decision would be difficult. The 1964 nickel carries tremendous historical significance. It represents a unique moment in American coin history. The 1993 nickel represents a different story. It captures America on the edge of the digital age. Both coins are snapshots of their time. Both have stories worth preserving. And both remind us that even ordinary pocket change can become extraordinary when we learn the history behind it. So, which coin do you prefer? The historic 1964 Jefferson Nickel or the modern era 1993 Jefferson Nickel? Let me know your choice in the comments below. If you enjoyed this coin comparison, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another journey into the fascinating world of American coins. Thank you for watching USA Vintage Coins. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep discovering the hidden stories behind every coin. See you in the next video. Sparkles.